So let's talk about audiences within your Maybe AI Ads Manager. I'm going to talk specifically about Facebook. So I want to come into my AI Ads Manager here and dip into my Advertise menu item here. So I'm going to click into Facebook and it'll bring up a most recent campaign that I've been working on. And I just want to scroll down and focus on your audiences area for now. So you're looking for targeting and you want to click on the pencil with the edit button here. And it will take you to your targeting area. Select who you want to target. Now you'll have three key options. To walk you through, retargeting is going to be all about your custom audiences. So these are people who know you already, and there may be a number of different sources. There could be your engagers on your Instagram and Facebook pages. There could be your website, should you have a pixel attached. And there will also be maybe a list off of your database. Principally in here, you'll be able to access any existing custom audiences that you've created within your Ads Manager before or during the time that you've been attached to the Maybe AI Ads Manager. So what I mean is, if you've had any that you've created before, they will show already in this list. So that's going to be really useful to you if you've done that. If this is all brand new to you, you're not sure if you've got any custom audiences, then you're able to create a couple of different types straight away from within this area. So your Facebook and Instagram engagers are obviously going to be very important to you, and they can be created without a pixel at all. And just by the click of a button there, you can see that those have been created for you, and you'll be able to see them then within your drop-down list. And they're called the AI Ads Custom, and it will either say Instagram or Facebook. So they'll be ready for you. Now, obviously, the size of those will very much depend on the size of your following and your engagement rates on your feeds. So the other option here is to upload a list. Now, this is done via a CSV file. And if you just follow the sort of steps here within this widget, you will be asked to map your fields. So you will typically want first name, last name, email address, of course, and if you have address and phone number, you may be able to map those as well. So those are two great custom audiences that you can get started from within this retargeting area here. Now, the next one along is called a lookalike audience. Now, this is based upon your custom audience. So it's like your custom audience is a seed, and all of the attributes of the people who have already engaged with you in some way will be used to extrapolate out and find more people like them, hence the name lookalike. So the first step then is to select your lookalike audience. Your create lookalike audience here. This drop-down menu here will show you any existing ones. So should you have created these before within your Facebook Ads Manager, then they will show in list. So you can bring those in nice and easily. But if you're creating them from scratch and you want to do that here, you just click Create Lookalike Audience and you'll be asked, okay, what source do you want to use? So you have to have created your source custom audience first before you're going to be able to do this. So if you click on the drop-down menu, all your custom audiences will show. You want to choose one of those, and then you'll be asked for location. So you genuinely can take attributes of your engagers within this country and then say, can you please go and find them any other country? Facebook is very capable of doing that. But assuming that most of you will be interested in just extrapolating within the United Kingdom, you just type United Kingdom in and create lookalike audience. And that's done. And that will then show in your drop-down list here. The third category is target interests. Now, this is where I'm just going to clear all of these existing ones. This is where you will need to have done your homework. So the kind of people that you're looking to attract, understand them as people. Where do they like to hang out? What do they like to, what do they like to do in their spare time? The kind of things they'll be browsing and reading online. Those are the kind of attributes that you can search within target interests. So these interests have reduced over the last few years, but there are still plenty available. And it's just a case of clicking into here, please add interest, behaviors, or demographics. If I'm looking for social media interests that would be relevant for maybe target audience, then I can just type in social media and you start to see a number of different options coming up. So social media marketing, we might say digital marketing. You see how it works. If you're more interested in shopping, there'll be lots that come up for something like that. You can see all the interests show. Let's look at something completely different, sport. And then you can get things like magazines. That's kind of quite a good one to leverage if your target market reads certain publications. There's always magazines in there. For example, influencers, so sort of famous people. Need to think of a famous person off the top of my head. I'm just typing in some cricket there. Elton John, there you go. Just what's come to mind. I think influencers are kind of really useful because, like, if you're passionate about a subject, you're typically following someone in that, in that area, and they will often show up as interests within Facebook. So definitely check that out. I would recommend you don't put too many interests in at once. I would stick to around, maybe up to about 7, and I would try and segment. So, for example, if using that example of influencers, I would probably create, one audience that's all about influences in my particular space, and then maybe I would do another campaign and create another audience that's more to do with magazines and publications. So how you just want, because if you put too many different varieties of interest in, you're not really sure which ones are working. So I tend to bunch, very similar ones together. And then you get a feel for what kind of audience is working for you when you start testing. So that's a very straightforward process. Do you want to narrow your audience? You can toggle that on, and then you can basically put another layer in. So click on browse to find out. It might be something like you want to say, but only people who travel, or but only people who are newlywed. So do you see how you can narrow your audience down using this drop down here? So have a play with that. Remember that Facebook is much, much better at working to quite a large audience size now. So narrowing isn't always the best thing to do. When it's something that's very specific to, weddings is a great example. If there's been a life event that they've just got engaged, and you've got a wedding venue, then narrowing is perfect for you. But often it's better to not narrow too much and let Facebook work it out for you based on performance. As soon as they start seeing results, they start understanding the kind of people that are right for your business. So let's just turn that off for now. The next layer you're asked to attribute is male or female. So if you're specifically targeting one or other, then toggle that on here, and you can set some age parameters. But again, I think don't go too narrow. And then you've got your location. So you could here, if you're working to kind of a locality, you can literally put in your town name and it will bring up that town area, and you can be targeting that specific area, or you can do it by radius, and you can say, okay, I want to go Exeter, and I want it to be just X number of miles around it. So have a play with that and build out your interest-based audiences. So that's a quick walk through your how to attach your targeting. There are more videos all about audience building within our help area, and the best way to access that is through your blue button here. Just bring this open, search for help, and search for your particular area of interest. Or you can literally just type in here exactly what you're looking for. Help me with creating a Facebook ad, and you'll get some immediate help. Look forward to seeing you on a Facebook ads drop-in as well. They happen every week, Thursday and Friday at 10.